Breaking right now, the despicable people at Woke ITV, specifically the Loose Women show, which claim to care about women and women's issues, today cancelled a rape gang survivor from Perrine on their show, using, by the way, the death of Linda Nolan, who I'm about to reveal died absolutely furious with the ITV daytime broadcast. But let me start with Sammy Woodhouse. A lot of you will know who she is, a completely inspiring woman who got through the rape gang scandal in the best possible way and has since used her platform to make incredible documentaries for Tommy Robinson's Urban Scoop and has now signed up to do the same for Maya Tusi's 2C TV. And she was very excited, not surprisingly, to be on Loose Women. She was traveling down to London to make the appearance because, of course, her goal is to get this topic into the mainstream media. Watch.
So I'm just on my way down to London, so I'm on the train, so I apologise if it's a little bit noisy. I'm going to be on Loose Women tomorrow. I've not been on for years actually, but yes, I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that's been going on the last few weeks, hopefully a little bit about my documentary as well. So tune in tomorrow, 12:30, ITV, to Loose Women, and I shall see you all very soon.
And as soon as I saw that, I thought, wow, that would be quite a moment. And actually, I'm someone that gives credit where credit is due. If Woke ITV was going to host Sammy Woodhouse for a fair and free discussion about the Pakistani Muslim rape gangs, I would give them a thumbs up. And I would have watched it and made sure that they did the right thing. However, unsurprisingly, Sammy Woodhouse yesterday tweeted, "Unfortunately, I will no longer appear on Loose Women tomorrow. Sorry, guys." And she added, "Unfortunately and sadly, Linda Nolan has passed away, so the show will focus on her." Now, I didn't speak about Linda Nolan on the show yesterday because I was just still getting my thoughts together. I actually knew Linda Nolan very well. She was a subscriber of Outspoken, a big supporter of mine. And when she first revealed the news that she had this devastating form of terminal cancer in 2020 and that she had shaved her head in those really striking pictures, which I can show you now, and I know so many of you will remember and were touched by because she was going through chemotherapy with her sister Anne at the time. It was just an extraordinary thing, especially given, by the way, another one of their sisters, of course, had already died of this terrible illness, and she chose me to reveal that news. And I knew that Linda Nolan was not happy with Loose Women, because you might remember this incident where she appeared on the show alongside her sister Colleen Nolan and Kim Woodburn, and the whole thing erupted. And why I thought is Loose Women using Linda, this great woman, as an excuse to cancel Sammy Woodhouse. And so I spoke to people who were close to Linda last night, who pointed to the fact that actually in Woman magazine, she had made her position on Loose Women clear. She told the magazine, "I don't think she would return to Loose Women. I've had a bit of a falling out with them. I didn't get a phone call from anyone to apologise, and I just thought I don't need to be treated like that. I was just sad to be treated like that." So you've seen what's going on here, and I will, by the way, pay tribute to Linda Nolan before the end of the show. But to come back to what's happened with Sammy Woodhouse, you've seen what's going on here. I know you've worked it out. I worked it out immediately. And Sammy, I've been in communication with her. She's worked it out too. Loose Women cancelled her because they didn't have the balls to have someone on their show, on their woke show with connections to Tommy Robinson, who was going to tell the truth about the Pakistani Muslim rape gang scandal. And what's more disgusting is that they used the death of Linda Nolan, someone who had so many issues with the show anyway, to cancel Sammy. Now, unfortunately, I had to put myself through tuning in to Loose Women today to see if they had told Sammy the truth. And of course they hadn't. There wasn't a special on Linda Nolan. They had a brief tribute at the top of the show, and then the show continued as normal. Jill Scott, the former England Lioness and I'm a Celebrity contestant, was on the show. There were lots of other segments. They could have hosted Sammy Woodhouse. They chose not to do so because they are part of the crooked and corrupt woke mainstream media who do not want to tell the truth about the rape gang scandal. Let me bring in my superstar panel now. Reverend Father Phil Harris and Sean Matthews of Reform UK. Father Phil, shame on Loose Women for this.
Just so, firstly, to say and pay tribute, to Linda. I yesterday, as soon as I heard the news, I was sitting in a cafe in Birmingham, and I said, such sad news about Linda Nolan. My deepest condolences to her family. Eternal rest grant unto her, O Lord, and let your perpetual light shine upon her, and may her soul and the souls of all the faithful departed rest in peace. So, I was kind of like really taken. Linda was a tremendous person. But then when I saw this and saw Sammy's post, which you just played, I'm just going, this is a cop-out. Now, bear in mind that it was January the 8th when Rotherham police contacted Sammy and asked her to delete posts on child sexual abuse. So you have that, and then you have this, which is clearly a cop-out of the highest magnitude that I can think of, because they just did not want to deal with shining a spotlight on the message that Sammy has. And and Sammy just out of the shadows, just highlighting and the fact that her whole story is highlighting that children born out of rape, that the rapist has rights to that child. I can just imagine how contentious that would be for ITV. So when I heard that Sammy was going on, I'm going, yes, that's a real result. Thank you so much, ITV. But Dan, it's just a cop-out. And, again, it's the establishment closing around and trying to shut down this conversation. And I can't see any other reason for it. So, ITV, shame on you, but we're not going away. We're going to keep highlighting these children that have been abused. And I think that Sammy, if I remember correctly, was 14 when she was abused, and she was pregnant at 15 by an abuser. We have to keep shining a light on this, and good on you, Sammy. And we're right behind you. And I'm just sorry that you haven't got your moment on ITV. However, you coming out and saying what you've done and us highlighting it here, the momentum is behind you, Sammy, and keep on going. Please keep on going. We need to get this dealt with in the public square.
Yeah, very good point, Father Phil. I mean, Sean Matthews, it is a real shame, though, isn't it, that ITV don't have the balls to platform someone like Sammy Woodhouse. But first, you know how I often talk about the need for free speech to be protected. But I've been increasingly thinking of the need for personal protection from snoopers, bad actors, and hackers online. And I'm delighted to tell you I have now found the fail-safe solution. But what's more, this VPN, or virtual private network to use the full term, is also a life changer when it comes to providing you entertainment and information from anywhere in the world, wherever you are. Let me introduce you to Surfshark, an incredible and easy-to-use service that encrypts all your internet traffic, meaning your online activities stays safe so you can shop, stream, browse, and conduct your banking online in complete privacy. But the benefits of Surfshark go way beyond keeping you safe online. It also allows you to access your favorite entertainment and news shows and channels from international streaming services like Hulu, iPlayer, HBO Max, and Peacock. Or, by the way, If your favorite show is blocked on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus, within seconds, you can be watching as if you're in another country. How cool is that? It's also really helpful if you're traveling for work or on holiday because you can get all your favorite content from home, including sports coverage. It's an insurance policy against creeping censorship in many countries, by the way. For example, France blocking Rumble, and on Sunday, TikTok going to be blocked in the United States of America, we are told. This VPN allows you to watch anything, anytime, anywhere. It is true freedom. Surfshark can also save you money too because you can get the best deals from websites that change their prices depending on where you're buying from. There are other benefits too. If you're like me and you've got loads of different devices, or if your family has loads of devices, your entire household can stay safe with just one subscription. There are over 3,200 servers in over 100 countries, meaning there's a world of choice at your fingertips. Plus, if this is your first time using a VPN, there's 24/7 customer service. So go to surfshark.com/outspoken right now for an extra 4 months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. By the way, what's amazing, Surfshark's so confident they're the best VPN in the world. They are, by the way. I use them. I can vouch for that. They'll give you a full refund if you're not satisfied after 30 days. So go to surfshark.com/outspoken for an extra 4 months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. If you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, the link is in the show notes below. But now, back to the show.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be surprised. It's not really the sort of thing I get to watch very often, or particularly would want to, but it was the opportunity for Sammy to get some real push with her story. But if you look at that video of her going down to London last night, all the comments underneath it are stand up for yourself. They're going to try and stop you saying what you want to say. They're going to try and censor you. Hundreds of messages saying basically what the ITV went ahead and did, which was stopped her saying her story. So it was coming. Everybody knew it, and for exactly the reasons that Phil mentions, it was never going to go ahead. And it's bizarre that the ITV would even suggest her going on the show. And using Linda as the excuse is just despicable.
Oh,
it's just despicable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's actually the worst part of it for me, because I was prepared to see if ITV and their producers were going to rebook Sammy. I know how this works. Yeah, I worked on ITV daytime for 10 years on the Lorraine show, when, by the way, it was a very different sort of channel and it wasn't woke. ITV used to be the voice of the working classes in this country, believe it or not. And I won't go into my reasons for leaving here, but I've made it very clear that part of it was because of the push to go woke, but also the way that they covered up the Philip Schofield scandal and the way that they refused to allow me to accurately cover what was going on with Meghan Markle at the time. So there were lots of changes going on at woke ITV. But the point is, if they want Sammy on, what happens is the producer calls up and they say, oh, goodness me, we can't have you on today because of Linda Nolan. Don't worry, we're going to put you in a hotel tonight for another day and you'll be on the show tomorrow. And they didn't do that. I've spoken to Sammy. They haven't provided her another date. She will never appear on Loose Women. And look, I will say it here. Here is a challenge to woke ITV daytime. Have Sammy Woodhouse on. Allow her to tell her story. And if you do that, I will praise you for that decision. But personally, I just cannot believe that that will happen. As I say, it's one of those occasions where I very much hope that I'm proven wrong. I just don't think I will be, Father Phil.
No, they're just not going to do it, are they? They are just not going to do it. It's not going to happen. We know it. You know it. I know it. Sean knows it. We all know it. It's not going to happen. The establishment has got round. They're trying to calm this all down, and it's not going to be calmed down. But it is, the establishment has got to ITV and whoever it is. And you're quite correct. The producer just calls you up and says, "This is the date. This is the date that you're going to be back on." And of course, they haven't done that. They haven't put her in a hotel. They've killed it, and we all know why. Look, I tell you, the positive in all of this, I don't know what the viewing figures are for Loose Women, but as of right now, as we've been talking, the impressions on her video that you just played, Dan, jumped from 330,000 to 438,000. So this show here now has just increased the impressions on that video that's on X by 100
and isn't that the great thing? I mean, actually, we don't need to rely on our mainstream media gatekeepers anymore. Far, far more people have seen the Tommy Robinson movie Silence, for example, as a result of Elon Musk promoting it on X than would ever have seen it on a broadcast channel like ITV. I mean, obviously, they would never have even considered playing it, but you understand the point that I'm making. Yeah. Thank God these gatekeepers are now being taken out of action. And I really do believe in 10 years' time, we won't even be talking about woke ITV. They're going to be a complete irrelevance, and I cannot wait for that day. But what a fabulous... Oh, sorry. Yes, Flo.
And thank you for, facing these issues. It really is important. So thank you.
Well, thank you for being part of a fabulous superstar panel, Reverend Canon, Father Phil Harris, and making his Outspoken debut. A delight to have him here, one of the rising stars of Reform UK, Sean Matthews. Hope you'll both be back very soon.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.